Stanley Kubrick is an American director, producer, and writer. Born in Brooklyn in 1928, he started out very young as a photographer from Look magazine. Here's some example of his early work. This picture showing German anti-fascist George Gross parked on a chair in the middle of Fifth Avenue and Kubrick's job at Look. My co-host, one of the publishers of the magazine, told him, "I think you just took the picture of the year." Kubrick learned on its own the technique and process of filmmaking. He started out with short documentary like Day of the Fight in 1951 and small independent production like Killer Kiss. The Killing, 1956, a movie depicting an elaborated plan to rob money from an hippodrome, was his first major Hollywood production, followed by Path of Glory and Spartacus. Despite Spartacus was an amazing movie and a great success, creative differences between Kubrick and famous actor and producer Kirk Douglas pushed the great director to move to England, where he started producing movies with a greater creative control. Moved to a quiet countryside mansion in Hertfordshire with his wife Christiane, met during the making of Path of Glory. Chadwick-Bury Manor became his studio and production office. His two first British productions were Lolita, 1962, based on the scandalous novel by Vladimir Nabokov. A movie that personally disappointed me. Maybe it was not the right time for making a movie depicting the love of an adult man toward a 13-year-old girl due to the limitation imposed by the censorship of the time. I personally much more appreciated the 1997 version made by Adrian Lane starring Jeremy Irons. 1964 see the release of Doctor Strangelove. Peter Sellers, already seen in Lolita, in this grotesque comedy play multiple characters, including the sinister Doctor Strangelove.
Mr. President, we must not allow a mine shaft gap.
Sir, I have a plan. Monsieur, I can walk.
This movie is a tale about the risk of nuclear annihilation. This one has definitely gained a cool status and a place in pop culture. Although these are all fine movies, 2001 Space Odyssey marks the beginning of a new era for Kubrick's filmography and for cinema in general. 6 films from 1968 to 1999, most of them characterized by the introduction or perfectioning of new shooting technique, like the use of natural light only in Barry Lyndon, the introduction of the Steadicam in The Shining, long shot with a large depth of field, slow motion, fast motion, and I often use reverse zoom. A variety of technique to tell a story without ever negatively impact or distract the audience from the great performances of the actors.
Sir, jelly donut, sir!
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes, sir!
How did it get here?
Sir, I took it from the mess hall, sir!
Is chow allowed in the barracks, Private Pile?
Sir, no, sir!
Are you allowed to eat?
So, I suggest everybody to watch this 6 movie. The power of Kubrick is to keep your attention on the screen at all time. And if for somebody cinema can appear too cynical and pessimistic, they can also find strong human emotion within them.
Are you through grinning?
This sequence from Barry Lyndon almost made me cry when I first saw it.
Papa, if I die, will I go to heaven?
Of course you will, my darling.
as well as this one from Clockwork Orange, when Alex parents refused him back in his house after he was released from prison.
And I've suffered. And everybody wants me to go on suffering.
You've made others suffer. It's only right that you should suffer proper.
Is it as bad as that?
That's good.
Laughing, crying, and more with Kubrick, as well as being submerged in another dimension, like with The Shining, made his cinema as experience enjoyable by most. So give it a try. Bye!
Hi, Lloyd. A little slow tonight, isn't it?